Hello, Cancer. Did your reading yesterday? Full readings, all 3 water signs, and the mic wasn't working. Mercury retrograde and all. So I'm going to do another reading for you and see what comes out today, because it seems like that message was clearly not for you. So we are going to have a look and pull some oracle cards here. Oh, soulmate has come out in reverse. We have thinker and we have the fates. I'll show you in a minute. So if you want to book a reading with me, you can do via the link in my bio. It's all donation based. So regardless of what you donate, you will always get a 30-minute reading with me. Let's just see if these can, there we go. Okay, so we have the fates and we have thinker. So there's something here that you're not supposed to see. It's not in your cards for you to deal with this or see this or kind of understand why something is happening. It's a little bit unknown. It's like the moon energy where you're not really sure what's going on. It's not clear, but it's still source saying to you, have faith. And it's that prayer that God grant me the serenity to have the courage to accept things that I cannot change and change things that I can. It's kind of like a surrendering energy. Okay. You're kind of in thinking mode this week as well. I feel like you're reviewing things, not surprising because of the Mercury retrograde in Pisces. And Pisces is very dreamy, it's ethereal, it's kind of like spirituality, connections, why things happen the way they did. With soulmate in reverse, it's probably telling me that you're looking at your connections in your life and kind of figuring out who needs to stay and who isn't. How funny is that? You have the veiled card on top of the fates as well. So you're thinking about connections in your life, who and what belongs in your life, who gives loyalty, who shows loyalty to you, who gives you time and energy, where you want things to work, where you put your power, because you've got power here with shadow. So this is all about you. You could be doing some shadow work. That is what maybe the thinking is, and how you maybe gave your power away to people that didn't deserve it. Where does your power lie? And kind of reclaiming it and bringing it back to you, making sure that people, oh, look at that, we've got divinity at the bottom of the deck. So there's something here about you knowing instinctively that you're not supposed to be at a certain place, or people are not supposed to be in your life. And you could be getting messages, you could be tapping into your divinity, how you connect with higher beings, how you connect with Yeshua, with God, with your angels, with your ancestors. For Cancer, please, for the week commencing the 9th of March, source. Can we get some astrological placements out for Cancer, please? And then we will get the tarot decks out for you. Thank you. We have Ascendant entrance. So this could pertain to your ascending sign. So please have a look at your rising sign. And these readings predominantly are for rising, but you can have a look at your sun, moon, Venus, rising as well. But I feel like it's you that's arrived. Yeah, look at that. Arrival, first house. So you have 2 cards here about you've arrived. And with pinnacle, it tells me that you've reached to the highest of the pinnacle when it comes, and then we have the past, South Node. So you are thinking about the past. You're kind of looking at, who fits, who doesn't fit, who belongs in my life, who doesn't belong in my life, who has taken my power away from me and abused it, who has utilized my time, and who has taken advantage of my kindness as weakness. So today you're today. It could be today. I feel like this week you're just in contemplation mode. You're thinking, you're reassessing. There's something here that it's veiled from you. There's something that you can't see. But with the Pinnacle card there, it's kind of like you've reached the pinnacle in a certain relationship or a certain stage. I don't even think it's a relationship. From what I'm picking up here, it's a certain stage in life. You've reached the pinnacle now, and it's now time for you to kind of, as you can see there, it's now time for you to move. It's now time for you to do something that's a little bit, that's going to push you out of your comfort zone. You've reached the destination. It's now time for you to kind of reclaim your power. It's now time for you to claim that back. It's now time for you to step into your full potential here. So for Cancer, please, let's get your overall energy for the week commencing the 3rd. Why do I keep saying the 3rd and today? For the 9th of March, please, Source. For Cancer, their overall energy. Not surprised to see this. Not surprised at all. So this is exactly what you're doing. You're bringing back balance into your life. You're looking at you're looking at the relationships that have been burdening, the relationships that don't give back to you, obligations and duties that don't really belong to you, and you're kind of like, I need to assess this. I need to bring back fairness and balance into my life. And it could also well be with Saturn going into Aries. I feel like we are all going through a cosmic reset. It's very much like this. I need to reset the scales, bring things back into balance. Things have been a little bit off balance, and it's now time that I take things into my own hands. And you just don't want to carry the load anymore. You're just like, I don't want to carry the load anymore. I don't want to do that. It doesn't belong to me, and things that don't belong to me, I'm going to give away. I'm going to drop. I'm going to bring back balance into my life. I feel like for some of you as well, you could be going back to basics, just simplifying things, and you're doing what's right for you with the Justice card there. So we have, lovely, I like this. 2 of Cups. What did I say to you? Relationships. I'm taking that because this is I think this is like the prevalent to the story. This is the actual storytelling. This is all about relationships. This is all about how you view relationships, all your connections. And I don't know what happened yesterday, but this is very, very similar to the reading you had yesterday. Come on. You see how they're intertwined with the flowers? So it's people that are in your life, people that really, really, you're looking at the relationships, platonic, romantic, business, everyone and everything. You're kind of really taking your time to assess relationships this week. And you're coming to a conclusion of, I need to simplify this. I need to clear out. I need things to be more balanced. I need things to be more reciprocated. And I think for a lot of you, you've kind of stepped into this era now where you know your worth, you know your value. You're very much confident in that as well. You really do see yourself as a person that has a lot to offer. You see yourself as this beautiful Empress with this Queen of Wands. And I love this energy for you, Cancer, because it's just so refreshing to see, like, after all the doubts, after all the, is it me? Is it them? I feel like with the Empress here and the Queen of Wands, you're stepping into a more confident era, one where it's a life of ease. I feel like you are now coming to the conclusion that I don't need to make things so hard. With this 10 of Wands, I don't need to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. What doesn't belong to me, I'm going to beautifully, silently give it back to you, because it's not serving my mental health. It's not serving me, and I'm not being just to myself. I'm very confident, I'm charismatic, I'm bold. I don't need to listen to other people's opinions in the direction that I want my life to go in. And in knowing that, I feel that you have this new sense of energy about you, and this is allowing things to come to you naturally. You're going to be so abundant and fruitful in the years to come that I feel like you are now setting this. You're setting the right tone for that, because you won't accept anything else. Now, there is a little bit of confusion here, and I can see that because we have the sun and the moon. So I feel it could go two ways for you, Cancer, because sometimes with the sun and the moon, we've been in confused state for a while where we're not able to see things clearly, but we know that we have to walk the path of the moon where it's dark, it's confusing. Psychologically, you're going through a rebirth, a transformation. You're beginning to see that even though you can't see everything and know everything and help everyone, you have that faith in yourself and in the universe that in order for me to get to the light, I do need to walk through the dark. So I think a lot of you have been doing some soul searching and working with the shadow aspects of yourself, taking accountability for how you played a part in the role of your suffering, or how you played the role in the part of neglect or non-reciprocity or non-committal relationships. You're asking yourself, did I encourage them? I allowed it to happen, so I'm now taking accountability. I'm putting my foot down. I'm simplifying life. I'm getting rid of some of these burdens, because this is the justified action. This is what I am calling upon when it comes to all my relationships, not just romantic, but soulmates is here. So it could be specifically for romantic for some of you, but for most of you, I think it's all. And I feel like you have arrived with that Empress there and that Queen of Wands. It's very much, I've arrived. This is me. This is who I am. And moving forward, I'm just going to let the sun shine on me. I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to allow things that have been kept in the dark to be illuminated. Because you've gone through that dark night of the soul, you're no longer afraid of what the dark might bring to the surface. You're very much like, bring it. I know that I'm strong. I know I'm resilient. I know that I can bravely and courageously achieve what it is that I want to achieve in life, because I've walked in the dark. For a lot of you, I'm feeling that you've had to be strong for a very long time. And it's very much like now you're just going after your goals. You're going after your dreams. You're doing what it is exactly you want to do, with no questions asked. Other people's opinions just don't even matter to you anymore. We have the Tower to the King of Wands. Now, I am going to clarify this just because I know that this is a good sudden realization that's happening in your life. I really do, Cancer. I don't feel like this is something that's drastic, or this is something that's a cause of concern. But I do feel like realization has hit that you need to start looking into your future. You really need to start building a foundation that's built on solid dreams, solid aspirations, solid goals. I think you may have been a little bit, not airy-fairy, but lost in the idea of romanticizing someone. This is that, don't fall in love with someone's potential. Fall in love for who they truly are. Romantic, business, platonic, I think there's a sudden realization here now with you this week where you're kind of like, I need to be able to see this person or these people or this situation for what it truly is. Like, what is it really and truly that they are? Who are they? Seeing things clearly for the first time and how it's going to impact you in your future. Let's clarify the Tower. Oh, that was quick. Six of Swords has come in reverse. So what you once thought the direction of your life was going to look like, something's happened here. And you're like, I need to pivot. I can't move forward yet because I don't know. Two of Swords to the Six of Swords is confusion. You're confused about which direction to go in. Six of Swords in reverse is saying, I can't settle yet. The environment's not peaceful. Something needs to happen. So what is this? This is the female King of Wands. So we've got divine counterparts. This is the female King of Wands in this deck. She's a little bit selfish. I think what Source is saying here to you, Cancer, is that you need to be a little bit selfish in the way that you move in the future. Put yourself first. So some of you could have fire placements because there's a lot of fire energy coming up in this. But there's one specific person here that's causing you confusion. Tell me more, please. Thank you. Four of Pentacles. You're guarded. Why is Cancer guarded? Why do they feel like they need to protect themselves from this individual? Three of Cups. Too many people involved in the relationships. Five of Wands. You see things differently. You're not on the same page. Just as I said, you see things differently. The Hangman comes out. You have different perspectives. You see things differently. You want to do something one way, they want to do something another. You're just not on the same page anymore. So now you're analysing and reassessing the relationship. You're like, can I move forward with them? Because I truly see who they are now. And it could not even be that they're a bad individual. It's just that you want different things, right? Seven of Swords. They're masking something. But you see it now because that tower's there. Whatever the lie or the manipulation or the deceit or the mask was, it left you disappointed. It left you feeling a little bit hurt. But this is past disappointment, but I think you're coming to the realization of it now. Yeah, it's quickly coming to you. Eight of Wands to the Nine of Wands. This is a sudden realization that hit you quite hard. I think it was quite a brutal realization. It's left you a little bit wounded, a little bit scarred. But what Source is saying to you here, it's the past disappointments. There's no need for you to wallow over this. Okay, you still have two cups left. So be grateful for everything that you received throughout this relationship, throughout this process. You know, you are strong, and it's time for you to move forward with this. Okay, you're freedom. You are free now, and it's time for you to start a new journey. Wow, look, manipulations. You were being manipulated this whole time, Cancer. There was heavy manipulation in the energy of you and this other individual, both quite fiery, both very passionate. I feel like even though the Nine of Pentacles isn't here, I feel like you were both quite independent. Now, this could have been same sex, but again, platonic, romantic or business, it doesn't matter. It could be a mom, it could be a sister, it could be a best friend, it could be a child. I don't know, whatever relationship this is, but you're both showing up here as two King of Wands, two very fiery, passionate individuals. However, one carries a masculine energy and one carries a feminine energy. How peculiar is that? Isn't that odd? But Source is saying to you, like, it's a good realization because it couldn't have lasted the way it was lasting. 1919, ending and starting new. Let's get some advice for you. What's the advice for Cancer, please, Swords, for this week? What's the advice for Cancer, please? Ten of Swords. Let the past be done with now. It's finished. It's over. And I know this is quite easy for me to say, but the Ten of Swords, this is people that you trusted, people that you depended on, people that you thought were loyal to you, people that really hurt you, really betrayed you. And I think that's what that thinking is this week, you know, the rumination, the thinking about things, thinking that whether or not you need to do this, but you need to make the decision. Well, your cards are really telling me a story today. You need to make the decision to emotionally detach from the pain, because it's mental pain, and I feel like it's in your mind. Even though, yes, it's valid, they did hurt you, they really betrayed you, and it really did hurt. But I want you to know that it had to happen. Things happen. Again, with the Fates card, it's not in your power for you to understand why it happened, but it did happen, and it happened for a reason. I think it put you down this path for you to really, really see the truth about how you were being manipulated. Manipulation is not a nice thing, because in the moment of it, you actually think that this individual is acting on your best behalf, like they really do care and they really do love you, and it's like they're doing it because they feel that it's the best for you, when in reality it's not. When in reality you just want to be free. You want to have your freedom, you want to be able to make your own decisions, you want to be able to think on your own, you know. And I feel like you were being manipulated. So this is still saying to you now, you need to move away from this. You need to bring fresh new energy in. Take that leap of faith and put things behind you, because it was a blessing in disguise, but now you see it. It's the sudden realization that I was manipulated, but I see it now. You know, the Tower, I see it now. I see what's been happening. I see what's gone on. And it's up to me now to kind of put that behind me and move forward. Heavy week for you, Cancer, but you will get there, my loves. It feels like you are taking the necessary steps for you to really address the issue and move forward.